Good evening, students. Welcome back. We are going to discuss next five questions of GATE 2017. So get ready, and I'm gonna rub this first. Okay. First thing is your question. What it says. We are discussing about GATE 2017. We are talking about hapticity of C7H8 in the compound molybdenum C7H8 and CO3. Okay, so we are going to discuss about this. Uh, we have been asked what is the hapticity of C7H8. So you have read about or studied about 18 electron rule. Okay, what it says that the electron number of this compound will be equal to 18, the number 18, and we can check whether what is the hapticity of this C7H8 in that situation. So first you need to know about the group number of MO. So that is what. Okay, let her talk first, no? Then we will discuss. Okay, so what I've been saying that here is this that in this series, you know that this molybdenum has the group number 4 in it. So you will add 2, that is equal to 6. You know that electron count of carbon monoxide is 3. Oh, sorry, 2. So here the number is 3. So you will have to multiply it by 3. Then it will come as 6, and you have we don't know the hapticity of this C7H8, so we'll put X here, and all these numerical value will sum up equal to 18 according to 18 electron rule. So we have very simple calculation here, and the X comes out to be 6. So the answer for this question is C7H8 hapticity will be equal to 6. Okay, so that's your first question. I'll repeat myself. Your question is hapticity of C7H8 in this compound. You know, every compound, coordination compound, we can apply 18 electron rule for that, and we can calculate any electron count if it follows 18 electron rule. So I have just put 18 here, and the electron counts of this molybdenum, carbon monoxide, C7H8, and I have put X in place of C7H8. Then the X value comes out to be 6. So your answer for hapticity of C7H8 is 6. So it's that simple, and this is a NAT type question, so you have to put 6 in your numerical answer type, fill in the blanks, and you will have that answer. Okay, it's actually 2 mark question, and you will get 2 marks for that. The next question is from electrochemistry. You have studied about electrochemistry, I guess so. So what the question says is that you have okay, where I have written all the values. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Hmm. We have given Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy value is equal to 2.7 kilojoule, and we have been asked the E naught value of Sn plus 2 to Sn. Okay, and have E naught value. You have been asked this, so let it put X here, and have you have been given with the values like Pb plus 2 is converting to Pb, Pb plus 2 converting to Pb with the value of minus 0.126. Okay, so first thing you need to know is that the reaction which is given is like this. It's converting Sn, and Pb plus 2 is converting in Pb and Sn plus 2. Okay, and this is your reaction. So you already know about Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy is equal to Nf and E naught. Okay, N is the number of electrons exchanged in the reaction. F is your Faraday constant, which is the Faraday's constant have a value of 96500, and E naught you can calculate E naught from here. So you know that 2.7 kilojoule we can convert in joule. This value will become 2700, and N, so you can see here in this chemical reaction you have exchanged number of electron, how much? 2 electrons. Okay, plus 2 means 2 electrons, so N value is 2, and F value is a constant, so its value is 96500. It is called Faraday constant, and E naught. Okay, so E naught value will come out to be, after calculating it, I have solved it already, so it will come out to be like this, 0.0139. Okay, now if this for this reaction, if we calculate E naught equals to 10139, and yeah, you can go ahead with your book. Do not disturb that camera. Okay, 0.0139. Oh yeah, which book you want? Oh, you have disturbed my camera, bro.
English book, third class की.
Come on.
Fourth की नहीं मिल रही.
One sec. Sorry for that disturbance. So, what we know from this equation, that if we add E naught of Sn to Sn plus 2, and then E naught of Pb plus 2 to Pb. Okay, if we add these two, we'll get this one. Okay, so we need to find out about this Sn to Sn plus 2, which is not exactly equal to this, but you know that this value will come out to be your X. Okay, and this you already know is 0.126, and if you calculate it, this is very simple math, simple calculation, X will come out to be minus 0.1399. Okay, so in this NAT type question, if you put this, okay, yeah, if you put this as your answer, you will get the full marks. Okay, in every NAT type question, it is mentioned that up to how much decimal places you have to fill that blank. Okay, so here in this question you have to fill about 2 decimal places. Okay, decimal places. So when you are filling up that answer, you need to fill it with a negative sign, of course, minus 0 point and up to 2 decimal places, that is 1 and 3. Okay, so that is your final answer. Please remember, in every NAT type question, it is mentioned up to how much decimal places you have to write the answer. So you have to fill accordingly. So do not miss this, okay? And do not miss the negative sign also. Yeah, fine. The next question is from it's not from electrochemistry, it is from your coordination compound. So, have you read about what is CFSE value? Do you know? CFSE value is the crystal field stabilization energy. So, the compound given here is cobalt, ammonia 6 plus 2 charge. Okay, that is given here. So, you know that cobalt has plus 2 charge. That means you have to write the electronic configuration for that. So you need to recall your series. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. You have positive plus 2 charge. That means 4s2 electrons have been ejected out from that cobalt. So you have d6 configuration here, and on d6 configuration, ammonia with plus 2 charge on it will behave like a weak field ligand. So it will rearrange itself without any change. Okay, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So you know that d6 configuration will fill out normally in a d orbital like this, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 with one pairing. Okay, in the splitting diagram it will be filled like this, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, so it also have one pairing of the electrons. So in your answer you can directly judge without calculating the CFSE value that the answer without pairing energy is your answer. Okay, you can calculate it directly. Okay, because this splitting diagram has also one pairing energy, and the normal diagram also have a one pairing energy. These one pairing will cancel out. So you need to find out the answer without any pairing energy. We can actually confirm the answer by actually calculating it. You know that above this barrier the energy is 3 by 5, and this is 2 by 5. Okay, you know that. So if you apply some common sense here, you know that 1 2 3 and 1 2 will multiply by 3 multiply by 2. So half field configuration doesn't matter here. You need you just consider one extra electron which is present here. Okay, this one extra electron will give you what? Okay, that is not d6. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. See, this is d7 configuration actually. So you have two pairing energies. Two pairing energy will cancel out two pairing energy. Yeah. Now you have two electrons here. So two extra electrons will cause the stabilization, and you can calculate your CFSE value, which will be 4 by 5, which is 0.80. Okay, so the C option which is given for this question is 0.80 CFSE value. Okay, and that's your final answer. So for calculating, actually you need to follow this rule, but without calculating you can answer this question, that answer without pairing energy is your answer, because it is a case of a weak field ligand. Okay, weak field ligand will have the same arrangement as your normal configuration. normal configuration and your weak field have same type of arrangement. So you can calculate it, or either you can guess the answer easily. Okay, next one is your next question is from chemical kinetics. Okay, what it says, please keep in mind whenever you have a chemical kinetic question, and it's for, you know, majorly every year whenever a question is asked from chemical kinetics, it is from your decaying constant or from first order kinetics, and for basically it is from radioactivity. So you need to understand that. So what is that question? The question says that when a compound A is decayed from initially, let's say it is 1, and it remains 1/8 in how many days? It says in 15 days. Okay, 15 days your compound becomes 1/8 of the actual value. Let us say it has some amount, and the amount after 15 days it become 1/8 of that original value. So you have asked what is your question. What the question says is how many days it will take to decay from initial to 1/4 of its value. Okay, so you can solve this question with some logic. Okay, so concentrate on this board. Like if I have one item, okay, it decay to 1/2 of its value in some day. Okay, that is called your half-life period. Okay, the half-life period, you know it very well. The time required to decay any compound in half of its value is called your half-life. So in first half-life it will become 1/2. In the second half-life it will become 1/4. In the third half-life it will become 1/8. So you have given this value. This value is 15. But and you have been asked what will be the days to decay this compound to get to 1/4 of its value. So you have been asked this. You know that this x will be same for every interval. So your 3x is equal to 15. Simple unitary method will give you answer that 5 days. Okay, so 5 days here, 5 days here, and 5 days here. Actually the half-life period for this reaction is 5 days. So from 1 to 1/4, how many days it will take? 10 days. Okay, it will take 10 days. You have to put your answer 10. But you have to pay attention that I am saying every time in NAT type question you have been asked with decimal places. You have to put your answer in 2 decimal places, 1 decimal places. So you just not to you just didn't you do not put 10 in your answer. Okay, you do not put 10 in your answer. If you are being asked to fill your answer with 2 decimal places, you have to put your answer in 2 decimal places. Then what will you do? You will put 10.00. Okay, that is also 10, but this abbreviation will give you the answer. Okay, this will give you marks. Otherwise only 10 will not be sufficient, and this is a computerized program, and you know that these questions are being set by IITs and being checked by computer. So computer will not accept this value, they will accept this value and give you marks. So you need to understand this. You have to put this in your answer, not just 10. Okay, fine. Next 2 questions are from general English. Okay, so what is that question and what will be their answer? So in English, you can have your common sense, and that will give you answer. The question is, she has a sharp tongue. Sharp tongue. It can occasionally turn hurt. Okay, that's your question. So you have given four options. Okay, whenever you are attempting an English question, you just need to put that one option in this fill in the blanks and read it. Okay, if it feels right, it is right. So you can understand this sentence also. She has a very sharp tongue. That doesn't mean her tongue structure is sharp. That the question wants to say that she is very mean when she speaks. So hurtful, if you are speaking meanfully to someone, it can hurt the other person's feelings. So hurtful is the right option for that, and hurtful is your option. Nice. In the next question, that's again from English language. I made arrangements. Had I dash informed earlier. That's your question. Okay, and your options, I'll write options on the top. It's about feeling. Okay, when you are from CBSE or you have read English enough, okay, you do not need to go for grammar book and do your concepts or anything else. You just need to have a common sense, and you can have that you can do these questions. Okay, so I am writing the options here. First is your could have, and the second fill in the blanks is been. Your B option is would have, and it is being. This is C, had, have, and this is D, had been, and that been. Okay, so you just need to what? You just need to put these phrases in this sentence, and you will have your answer. Okay, so let's start. I had been. Okay, if I put D option, I had been made arrangement had. No way. This option will never work for this statement. Okay, the next is I had made arrangements. Had I have informed earlier. This also does not make any sense. This is not correct. I would have. Okay, that's sound correct. I would have made arrangements. I would have made arrangements. Had I been informed earlier? Being? No. Being is for a human being. Okay, you say it to a human being. Been is the right one. I had been informed. Whenever you say you have been informed, it's a B-double-E-N being, not a B-E-I-N-G being. Okay, so you need to focus on this. So been is your correct option for your second blank, and could have, I would have, could have, that's sounds similar. I could have made arrangements. I can make arrangements if you inform me earlier. That is simple as like that. Okay, I could have made arrangements had I been informed earlier. Okay, so your correct option will be A option. Okay, so I finished my 5 questions for today. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and keep learning, keep doing these questions. I'm doing 5 every day with the you know that I have this exam also on in the next month, that is on February. So I'm also doing this previous year. It will help me a lot also. Okay, my basic target is for the next year, but I'm doing this. It will give me that uh, you know that courage, or you can say confidence, and I'll be having a good exam if I do the previous year. So thanks for joining me. I'll meet you in the next video, and we will be doing 2016 or this year. It can be anyone, and we'll do the next 5 questions in the next video. Thank you so much.